Be careful. 3 people are entering at 12 p.m. in your house secretly because, my dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says this message cannot wait. You may not understand everything now, but what you're about to read is not just information. It is a divine intervention. It is a spiritual alert that heaven itself has chosen to deliver directly to your soul. Archangel Michael has taken his sword of light and pierced through the veils of secrecy to reach you right now. He says this isn't a message of comfort. It is a message of truth. This is your moment to see clearly. This is your moment to act. Michael is standing at your door in the spirit. He is not smiling. He is not calm. His eyes are filled with fierce urgency because what has been hidden from you is about to enter your very home. And if you don't listen now, you won't know how to respond when it happens. He says, I order you to open this message right now. Don't ignore it. This is not a story. This is not a vision. This is what heaven has seen. And the time is now. At exactly 12 p.m., 3 individuals will enter your house. Not through the front door, but through the cracks you never check. They will not knock. They will not speak. They were sent by someone very close to your heart, someone you trusted, someone who looked into your eyes, smiled, and said they loved you. But behind that smile was a silence more dangerous than thunder. Behind those words was a plan soaked in betrayal. This person, your special person, the one who always knew where your keys are, what time you sleep, how you talk in your dreams. Yes, that person has made a decision in desperation. And that decision has invited spirits and people into your life who don't belong there. They are not coming with flowers. They are not coming with light. They are coming with whispers, with confusion, and with something you will not expect because it will be masked as help, masked as comfort, masked as affection. But Michael says it is a trap. Heaven saw it before it began. Heaven tried to delay it. But now the hourglass is emptying. Time is rushing toward noon. And you still don't see what they've planned. That's why this message was sent. These 3 people are not strangers to your energy. One of them already sat in your chair last week when you were not home. Another one touched your belongings and took a photo of something very personal to you. And the third stood in front of your bedroom door but didn't enter yet. Why? Because they are waiting for the final signal from the one who gave them permission. The person you love made a pact not out of evil but out of pressure. Not because they hate you but because they are afraid of losing something. But in trying to protect themselves they exposed you. God says you have always protected this person even when you didn't have the strength for yourself. You gave them parts of yourself you never gave anyone else. You covered for them, you excused them. You prayed for them even when they gave you silence in return. But now they made a move you didn't see coming. And what did they do? They spoke your name to the wrong soul. They asked for advice from someone who only sees you as an obstacle, and that person gave them an idea. An idea that looks like a solution but is actually a setup. And now the trap has movement. Now the chessboard is shifting. Now the visitors are coming. But Michael says, don't panic. Just prepare. You still have time to respond wisely if you listen now. There's something you must not do. Don't open your front door between 11:57 a.m. and 12:09 p.m. It sounds strange. It sounds dramatic. But those 12 minutes are being watched by spiritual eyes you cannot see. Those 12 minutes are a test. They want to see your pattern. They want to know your awareness. If you ignore this message and open the door casually, you won't know what you're inviting in. But if you listen, if you obey heaven's warning, you will shift the outcome. Because this isn't just about people. It's about a spiritual force hiding behind people's faces. God says this is a divine alert. Do not fall asleep now. You've waited your whole life for clarity. And now that heaven is pulling back the curtain, don't shut your eyes. This message is not being sent to everyone. It is being sent to you because you are the one who can break the chain. You are the one who still has the power to stop this. You've been dreaming of strange things lately. You've been hearing sounds when no one is there. You felt energy in your house shift at night. That's not your imagination. That's not stress. That's the warning before the reality. Michael saw it all. He stood at the edge of your room as you slept last night. He wept, not because you're weak, but because you don't yet know how strong you are and how many things are trying to weaken you without your permission. The three who are coming, one is a watcher. One is a talker, and one is a taker. The watcher is sent to observe your behavior and report back. The talker is sent to confuse you with false concern. The taker is sent to collect something from your home. Not money, but something far more valuable, your trust, your energy, or a symbol of you that they've been assigned to remove. Do not assume this is about fear. It is about truth. And God says the truth will protect you if you face it now. If you pretend this is just spiritual theory, you will be caught off guard. But if you accept that your life has divine attention, you will not be shaken. You've already felt the tension. You've already noticed the silence from your special person growing deeper. You've already sensed they're hiding something, but you keep giving them the benefit of the doubt. Now, heaven is saying, stop ignoring the signs. They are not random. They are coded signals from the divine design to awaken your spirit before the knock comes at the wrong hour. Michael says, I stood in battles far greater than this. I defeated forces darker than anything these visitors bring. And I will protect you if you allow yourself to see what is coming. But I cannot fight for a person who refuses to believe the danger is real. God says this is a wake-up call covered in mercy. You are not being punished. You are being warned because heaven still believes in you. God says this is not a dream. It's a divine intervention. You were not meant to know it this way, but it cannot be hidden anymore. Archangel Michael is not speaking in soft tones this time. He is not smiling. He is not holding his sword for defense anymore. He is holding it for exposure. He is commanding you directly, urgently, and without delay. This is not a suggestion. This is an order. Right now, as these words reach your eyes, you are being asked, no, commanded to stay exactly where you are. Read this fully and understand that something you've trusted is about to betray you. And it is happening today. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. Be careful. You must listen closely. It's not paranoia. It's prophecy. God says, at exactly 12 p.m., not 11:59, not 12:01, but precisely 12 p.m. today, 3 people are entering your home. You may not hear them at first. They won't knock. They won't ring the bell. They're not strangers. One of them has been near you before. One of them was once at your birthday. One of them took a picture with you that is still in someone's phone gallery, but this time they are not coming for celebration. They are coming because of a message they received. One that was not supposed to be sent. And yet it was. And that message was from the person you call special. The one who said they love you. The one who looked into your eyes and promised to never leave you. Yes, that person. That very one. God says your special person made a deal, a choice. And that choice is what led to this. Archangel Michael saw it the night before last, and heaven was silent for 3 minutes when the decision was made. That silence was not peace. It was divine concern. Michael cried. He shouted at the gates. He begged God to give you time to see this before it happens. But time is no longer a luxury. It's now a countdown. This isn't symbolic. This isn't imagination. This is a divine briefing from the throne of God. Archangel Michael is pacing back and forth at the gate. Furious that you still don't know. He was told to hold back until the right moment. But today the clock struck. Something that even heaven can't overlook. And now he is shouting, tell them, order them to read this and not ignore it. This is real. The person you love, the one you trust so deeply, did something 2 nights ago that changed everything. They met someone. It wasn't supposed to happen. But it did. In that moment, your name was mentioned in a way that broke heaven's heart. Because when they said your name, it wasn't with protection. It wasn't with loyalty. It was with fear. Fear that you knew too much. Fear that you had seen through them. Fear that you were getting closer to the truth. So what did they do? They gave an address. Your address. They gave a time. 12 p.m. They gave a signal. And now 3 people have been instructed to carry something out, something that involves you, your memories, and one small object hidden in your house that they've been searching for. And you don't even know it yet. God says you must be alert. You must check your door. You must pray right now, because these 3 people, one of them is related to your special person. One of them has a background in manipulation. And the last one used to call you friend, but they never were. Michael says if you ignore this message, he cannot protect you in the same way. Heaven only grants protection to the ones who stay aware. Do not brush this off as maybe. This is definite. Michael's eyes are on your windows. Gabriel is positioned near your doorway. Raphael is scanning your phone for unusual activities. And Uriel has already marked the footsteps that are going to approach your place in a few hours. The coordinates are active. Heaven's alert has been triggered. Your special person, the one you love so much, is still crying right now because deep down they regret what they did, but they don't know how to stop it. They're caught in a trap, too. They are bound by something that forced them to act. And the scariest part, it wasn't out of hate. It was out of pressure. Someone gave them a warning. Either you give this information or we take something away from you forever. And in their fear, they gave your location. God says this betrayal was written in the spiritual book long ago. But it didn't have to play out like this. You could have stopped it. But every time you got close, your emotions blinded you. You gave second chances. You forgave too fast. You let silence speak instead of confrontation. And now the silence has built a bridge for danger to cross, but it is not too late. Michael says you have approximately a small window left to reclaim what is yours. You need to seal your house spiritually. You need to speak out loud, not in whispers, and say, "In the name of the Most High, no weapon formed against me shall prosper." Say it 3 times out loud because even now as you read, they are checking the time. And if they think you don't know, they will proceed. Your special person is conflicted. Right now, they are looking at their phone. The message they sent has already been read by those 3 people. It is irreversible. But what they don't know is that heaven already intercepted the full transcript. And this message, this warning is your copy from God through Michael to you. There's a paper in your house somewhere you haven't looked in a long time. It has something on it, initials or a small drawing that means more than you think. Michael says that paper was once touched by the person who now sent your address away. It holds a residue, a spiritual fingerprint. And if you touch it now, you will feel it. Your body will react. You may get chills. You may feel weak. That's your confirmation. These three people are not just coming to visit. One of them is looking for something specific. A photo, a USB, or a letter, something from your past. Something that could reveal everything if it were found. And you don't even know it's hidden in your own home. That's why they're coming in silence, because if you knew what they were looking for, you'd never let them in. God says this moment is your divine test. Will you awaken spiritually, or will you stay blind until it's too late? Michael has done all he can. He even risked breaking the heavenly protocol to deliver this warning. Angels do not interfere unless the soul is in extreme danger. And that's exactly where you are now. This is not a message to scare you. This is not a message to confuse you. This is a divine alarm, a final alert. If you choose to brush this off, Michael will step back. He cannot protect a soul that refuses to accept divine instructions. He loves you. He always has. But even he is bound by God's law. Free will is powerful and it can save you or destroy you. Your special person may try to contact you tonight. They may act normal. They may pretend nothing happened. But watch their eyes. Listen to their silence. Count the seconds they take before responding. That is where the guilt lives. Their heart wants to tell you the truth, but their fear is winning. And that fear may cost you everything. God says, prepare your space. Remove things that were gifted to you by people you no longer trust. There are spiritual imprints attached to them. Even a simple shirt or a book. Objects can carry intention. And some of the objects in your home right now were planted as spiritual trackers. Yes, trackers. Not digital, but spiritual. That's why the three people know exactly when to arrive. One of them even marked your home with something invisible to the human eye. But heaven sees it. And heaven is ready to erase it. But you must take the step. Go to your mirror. Look into your own eyes. Say your full name and say, I revoke all energies and spirits sent to monitor me. I command divine light to seal this space. Archangel Michael, be my defender. Do not underestimate this instruction. It will change the frequency of your home. It will break the connection. Those three people are using to locate your vulnerability, you were not supposed to fall into this. But your loyalty made you blind. Your love made you naive. And your kindness, it became the open door they walked through. But no more. God says the time is 11:36 a.m. As this message reaches your spirit, you have exactly 24 minutes before the spiritual veil lifts completely and the physical action begins. You must not be asleep. You must not be distracted. You must not keep this message unread. Send it to your soul. Memorize its warnings. Pray in your native tongue. Say your grandmother's name. Mention every ancestor who ever protected you. They are watching. Michael is still shouting. Heaven is still weeping. But there is hope. Because this time you are reading the message before the action happens, and that alone could save your life. God says open your heart now. This is not something to delay. This is not a random message. This is an urgent cry from heaven itself meant only for you. And it has been timed precisely because something is already happening behind the veil that you cannot yet see. You must hear this before it's too late. Archangel Michael is not speaking gently now. He is raising his voice in divine alarm because what is unfolding around you has spiritual and physical consequences. Michael says, I order you to open this right now. Don't ignore this. Be careful. Right now, as you read these words, time is ticking towards something important. At exactly 12 p.m., 3 people are going to attempt to enter your house. Not through the front, not with your permission, but secretly, silently, deliberately. You may think this sounds impossible, but this is not the first time. There have been whispers around you, movements in the atmosphere, and things you shrugged off, odd noises, misplaced objects, strange energies. Random calls that hung up without a voice on the other side. These have all been warnings. These 3 individuals were sent. They were instructed. And most importantly, they were paid. Paid by someone you deeply care for. Paid by the one you call your special person. This is not to say they are your enemy. Not in the way you think, but they have made a devastating mistake. Out of desperation, fear or manipulation, they handed something over. Information, keys, a door, a password, a moment of weakness in them is about to become a moment of serious danger for you. God is not allowing this to happen without warning you first. The Lord says, I have placed my angels in charge over you. I have commanded Michael not to leave your side. But you must not turn a blind eye when heaven shouts your name. Why are they entering at exactly 12 p.m.? Because that is the appointed time in the plan they were given. That's when you're expected to be distracted. That's when the energy in your house will feel normal, but it won't be. One of them carries a device. One of them carries something written on paper. One of them carries something far heavier, a truth they were never supposed to carry into your space. This is not just about theft. This is not just about deception. This is about the spiritual realm and how the enemy tries to infiltrate through access points created by betrayal. Your special person didn't mean for it to come to this, but their actions created an opening. And now, unless you close it spiritually, something dangerous is going to cross your threshold. Michael says, raise your shield. Speak your prayer. Anoint your door. Don't just sit in silence. The enemy has been watching you, monitoring through dreams, conversations, hidden microphones, even the energy of objects left behind in your space. There is an item in your house right now that is not innocent. You may have thought it was a gift, a book, a box, a piece of jewelry, a framed photo, but it is not clean. It holds spiritual residue. It is anchoring darkness in a place where only light was meant to live. God is telling you, clean your space. Remove anything that was ever given to you by someone whose heart you doubted. Remove the things that make you feel confused or heavy when you look at them. There is a spiritual fingerprint on those things. They were used to weaken your shield. And those 3 people who will enter at 12 p.m. They are being drawn to that object like moths to a flame. They were told, go there. That's the spot. That's where it's hidden. But what is it? What are they looking for? Information. Proof. Something personal about you that can be used to stop your next divine opportunity. Something related to your finances, your identity, your location, or even your bloodline. The enemy is desperate to cancel what God is about to release for you. A major blessing is near. Something financial and something relational are both aligning in your favor, but only if you stay alert right now. Do not be afraid. Do not panic. That's what the enemy wants. Instead, take back control in the Spirit. Speak with power. Declare aloud, in the name of Jesus, every assignment against me is cancelled. No unclean spirit shall cross my door. No man or woman sent in secret will prevail. Archangel Michael stands guard and I am surrounded by divine protection. What God has promised me cannot be taken. Archangel Michael is stationed by your front door. He is also in your kitchen. Yes, he moved there because there was activity near a drawer. Someone was seen touching that area spiritually. They know where you keep things. They know how your house is arranged. Don't underestimate the planning that has gone into this. You have been watched, but you are also now protected. God says, I gave you a discerning spirit for a reason. Stop silencing it. Stop calling your instincts paranoia. That was me speaking. You have felt it. You've had dreams. You've had sudden urges to cancel plans or move furniture. These were not random. They were divine nudges meant to prepare you. You are not going crazy. You are waking up. Someone in your life, possibly someone you've recently forgiven or someone who seemed to return after a long silence, is the connection point between you and the people arriving. They smiled in front of you, they said all the right things, but behind closed doors, they are in contact with the very people who plan to take something from you. But here is the miracle. They will fail because God has now revealed their plan. You're not defenseless. You're not alone. You're not weak. Your awareness is your weapon. Your voice is your shield. Your obedience is your escape route. Michael is saying this is your instruction. Do not leave your home between 11:45 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. unless absolutely necessary. If you are home, pray in every room. If you are not home, spiritually cover every door and window by name before you leave. There is a woman who once entered your home who left something hidden. It is small. Most people would miss it. But it is charged with the energy of watching. It is not alive, but it is being used. Ask the Holy Spirit to reveal it. Once you find it, remove it and speak this prayer. I break every spiritual tie to this object. No watcher, no monitoring spirit. No hidden agreement can live in this home. This house is covered by the blood of the Lamb. God is warning you now, not to frighten you, but to give you the chance to shut the door before the storm hits. And make no mistake, if you ignore this, the consequences will be heavier. Not because God is angry, but because He gave you the chance to act. You are not helpless. You are powerful. You are chosen. You are seen. This message is proof. Someone you love is still hiding something. This person is connected to all of this. They may be unaware of how bad things have gotten. Or they may be deeply involved. Either way, they are not telling you everything. God is exposing their silence. They were the one who passed on your photo. Your address, a key piece of information that is now being used in this plan, but the exposure will now begin. This person will suddenly call you after 12 p.m. That call is meant to distract you. They will say something emotional. They may cry. They may say they miss you. But do not fall into confusion. That call was pre-planned so that while you are distracted, someone else can take action. God is saying, watch their timing. Watch their words. Ask yourself why now. You will feel a shift in the air. Your pets may act strange. The lights may flicker. Your phone may ring twice and stop. These are signs. Don't ignore them. God says, I am fighting for you, but I cannot force you to listen. You must take this seriously. Tonight when you sleep, God will show you the face of one of the three people. You will wake up knowing, don't doubt it. It's not just a dream. It's a divine identification. Write it down. Pray over it. And then stay alert. Because within 72 hours of that dream, there will be movement. Either they will show up again or something about them will be revealed publicly. Heaven is shaking right now. Not out of chaos, but to reorder your protection. Michael weeps when he sees you in danger and ignoring the signs. He has fought wars for you in the spiritual realm that you will never fully comprehend, but this time, he's begging you, don't delay. Don't laugh it off. Don't say, I'll deal with it later. Be awake. Be ready. The clock is ticking. But God is already ahead of them. And what the enemy planned for harm, God is about to flip it into a supernatural miracle for your elevation. If you stay faithful, aware, and obedient, you will not only be protected, you will be promoted. God says, I am making a public example of those who plotted against my child. The truth is coming out. What they hid will be shouted from rooftops. And you will walk in victory without fear. Pray now. Anoint your space. Be vigilant. And know this, they will not win because God has already stepped in. Amen. God says, this message has been sent in divine urgency and cannot wait. You must not delay, for the seconds ticking now are sacred. Archangel Michael is standing right beside you, his sword drawn, not in rage but in warning. He has been watching, guarding, observing. But what he saw last night has stirred the heavens. He could have remained silent. He could have let things unfold naturally. But he didn't. He came forward because what is about to happen around you was never meant to happen to you. You have been chosen. You have been watched. And you have been betrayed. Late at night when you believed no one was listening. But heaven was listening. The angels were recording every word. And now there is motion in the spiritual realm. Not all motion is punishment, sometimes it is diversion. Sometimes God permits the things we thought we would always have to be stirred because something better is on the way. But He has to take away first what you've grown so fond of. And still, this is not merely material loss. This is about revealing truth. God tells you that there is a person near you who is attempting to keep you stuck in a situation that was intended only for a brief time, and they're hiding their intentions behind fake love. Your name has been brought up at meetings you didn't even know were happening. There are individuals who smile in your face but have already scripted a different conclusion for you. They have talked about the forms. They have spoken of timelines in whispers. They have rearranged things behind your back. There was one who said, "Just a little longer and they'll have no choice but to go." But the Spirit of the Lord has caught wind of this screenplay. You didn't know yet, but the grace over your life is too deep, too heavy, too holy for this to continue. You are losing the home you currently reside in because this home is bound to deception. It is bound to someone who swore to love you but have made covenants that deny all the oaths they took. You sense it. You felt it. The atmosphere of the air has changed. Your essence has been agitated. You can't stop glancing at the front door as if someone is going to knock and tell you something that will completely alter the situation. You've had the feeling of the countdown but had no idea what it was. This is what it was. There is a deadline on this spot. Something is coming to an end, but it is not to cause you harm. It is to wake you up. Because if you remain too long in an environment that no longer answers to your destiny, it starts to dismantle you from the inside out. And your soul is too valuable to remain broken. You gave your heart to the wrong one and they bound it into the foundation of the house. You revealed your secrets in a room where already they were building a case against you. You continued praying for peace in a house which slowly was turning into a prison. The laughter has disappeared. The furniture no longer comforts you. You are like a guest in your own house. And even now, you've been attempting to convince yourself to remain because beginning anew is frightening. But beginning anew is what will deliver you. Ultimately, God is revealing this. Someone who promised to keep you safe has conspired to kick you out emotionally, spiritually, and even physically. They might not arrive with keys or a contract, but they have knocked open a spiritual door that is pushing you out. Do not confuse this change with failure. Do not misinterpret the signs. God is not punishing you. He's moving you for protection. You're going to lose the house you're in currently because it's become a masquerade. You rise up and smile, but you realize it's not home anymore. You sense that something isn't right. You feel like you want to cry in every room. Shadows cover the walls of your heart. And it's because you've grown out of the lie that you've been attempting to live. This note is for you. Someone you love very much knelt beside the bed and wept last night because they do not know how to let you in on the truth. They've made choices that threaten the entire foundation of your existence. They have people they owe money to. They claim to pay bills they never did. They signed documents under your name. They contracted in fear, believing they were safeguarding everyone. But their fear has come to equal betrayal. The home you believed was constructed upon love was quietly being devoured by termites of secrecy and shame. It's near its end. You won't have to lie much longer, anymore. The curtain is soon going to fall and the truth will stand on the stage, firm and unshakable. The home you are attempting to hold on to has already been released spiritually from you. The home you attempted to sanctify has been defiled by secret sin. You're not crazy. You're not exaggerating. What you're experiencing is real. The release has already been done in heaven. It's just manifesting now on earth. You will soon discover why things began to fall apart around the same time. Why communication began to break. Why you've been fighting more. Why you dream always of other places, safer places, quieter places. You've been feeling the tug of a new start, but you've been holding on to what you know. This is telling you, let go. Someone will soon whisper, we have to move. Someone will soon admit, I didn't tell you everything. Someone will soon weep and say, I thought I was helping. But the truth will no longer be kept on hold. All that had to be kept hidden is now being brought into the light, not to destroy you, but to free you from the slow death of pretending. The locks can still turn. The lights can still light, but your home is no longer spiritually safe for you. And heaven can't bless what your heart has outgrown. They kept you there trying to keep you because your presence kept the house upright. Your prayers were the adhesive. Your faith was the foundation. Your kindness propped up walls that were never even yours to prop. But even the greatest hearts become weary. And God is not calling you to be the savior of a space that does not even honor your presence any longer. There is another space waiting. But first, you have to be drained of this one. Don't freak out when everything begins to break. Don't crumble when they tell you it's time to leave. You are in danger of losing the home that you now reside in because it no longer fits your divine mandate. And here is the part that will rock you to your very foundation. This is not the first time someone has attempted to spiritually remove you. There were other houses, other seasons, other relationships, other cities where you lingered too long and almost lost your joy. But this time, heaven is intervening. This time, angels are on duty to ensure you don't get trapped once more. You are too near destiny. You are too near the promise. The time is too brief to remain tied by familiarity. Someone said they'd never let you go, but they're the same one planning without you. You are not being discarded. You are being drawn into alignment. You are not being chastised. You are being liberated. You are not being rejected. You are being rechanneled. It will hurt. You might weep. You might feel as if you've lost everything. But this loss is your gain in disguise. This eviction is your elevation. This heartbreak is your healing. There is someone who has been observing you spiritually. An angel from heaven who knows your name and has been crying out for your freedom. They've been saying, Father, they can't remain. If they remain, they'll miss their next chapter. And heaven heard. And now it is unfolding. This is your affirmation. This is your wake-up call. This is your spiritual knock at the door. You are going to lose the house you are living in today because you were not supposed to die there. There's more. This is not just about losing a material space. It's about losing an old you. A version that settled. A version that pleaded to be understood. A version that remained small, to make others comfortable. A version which concealed your calling to maintain peace. That version is going away. The house is the metaphor. Your spirit is the actual place of abode, and it is emerging. My precious child, this message is for you. It is no accident that your eyes have landed on these words today. It is not coincidental that your soul moved within you, that a still small voice called out from the depths of your soul saying, "Read this carefully, for something is about to change." You are not alone in what you are facing. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. I have seen what others have not seen. I have heard what you could not say. I have seen you weeping in the quiet, in the silence, behind closed doors that no one else had the courage to open. I have seen the pain in your heart as you stood at the border of doubt, questioning everything, dreading what is to follow. You have clutched hard, attempting to remain firm even when it seemed like everything was falling apart. But I, your God, have come with a word to you, and you must hear. You are going to lose the home in which you are living. Yes, my child. I tell you this not to frighten you, not to disturb the peace of your heart, but because I love you too much to allow you to be surprised. This house, this roof, these walls that have protected you, they have done what they were meant to do. But a season of change is coming. You need to know this now, because I am creating something bigger, something that isn't created by the hands of man, something heavenly. What you see collapsing before you is not the end. It is the beginning. But before the beginning can emerge, the old must collapse. This house, this sanctuary you have proclaimed as home, has soaked up your tears, your laughter, your memories. Yes, but it has also become a burden. It has become a disguised prison, and I am beckoning you out of it. If you'd like to give or indicate your gratitude, you can offer a super thanks up to $50. You cannot confuse comfort with calling. You should not mistake familiarity for favor. Behind the scenes, things occur that you are unaware of. Deals made in the dark. Decisions signed off without your agreement. There are whispers uttered in offices and blueprints designed with dates indicated secretly. But I have witnessed them all. Nothing goes undetected by my eyes. I have seen the letters you have not opened yet, the notices you are ignoring, the bills piling up while you are trying to pretend that things are okay. My child, it is not shameful to struggle. It is not weakness to acknowledge you are drowning. I am not mad at you. I am not disappointed in you. But I need you to wake up. I need you to listen closely because what is going to come, though difficult, is also needed. You prayed for change, did not you? You begged me to lift you up, to bless you, to usher you into a new time. And now I am doing just that. But the door to the new cannot open while you are still holding on to the old. I cannot pour new oil into cracked vessels. I cannot take you up when you are still grounded in fear. And so yes, I am permitting the shaking. I am permitting the ground to shake under this house. I am permitting it because I need to take away what is no longer working for you. What no longer has my presence, what no longer speaks of your growth. There is mold on the bottom of this house. Not only physically, but spiritually. And if you stay, you will start to wilt. You will start to become small enough to fit into a life that no longer accommodates you. Your future is too vibrant to be kept locked in this dying shadow. I have an alternative living situation for you. One that will not be stolen. One that will not be a strain. A place where your soul shall lie. Where your nights will not be troubled. Where the ceilings will no longer ring out with quiet sorrow. But first, you have to believe me.